Hi, I'm Elena Chapman, and I am here today to talk about miscommunication, misunderstandings, and not listening. And it is about Tony Robbins, Me Too, and Miss McCool. And bravo for Miss McCool, I must say, because for her to stand up there and stand her ground, you go, girl. But I do want to talk about misconceptions and misunderstanding. Sometimes, and I am in the self-help field, I'll tell you that so that you know. I do self-development. I'm an international bestseller of 2 books. The one that's the newest is The Prison Effect. They're international bestsellers, but I'm also a mentor, I'm also a speaker, and I got my start, and why I can talk about this is because I got my start in an organization called Right Relations. And basically, if you weren't playing right in court, you would come and be part of our class by court order. So just imagine, we got a lot of divorce cases, we got a lot of abuse cases, we got a lot of angry cases that of both men and women that came in. I think that's where I learned mostly to listen. Yes, you are teaching something, but to listen. And I'm not criticizing. I'm just saying it's a very important thing to have. And also, I learned a lot about the different concepts. And there are a little bit of different concepts. In the self-help field, in the self-development field, include Tony Robbins, everyone I know, talk about not to be a victim, to step out from that victimhood. I even have to. Why? Because that victimhood, you put everything out here. And one of the things, when you put everything out here, you normally you give away your power. Such as, it's the fast food places that are the fault of my weight gain. I just put all the fault out there. If I put all the fault out there, then guess what? I have no control over it. It's their fault that I'm fat. So guess what? I can't do anything about it. And that's a very simplified one, but true. Now, the thing is though, when you're talking to someone who has been in an abusive situation or a rape or something where they feel a personal attack that has gone on for quite a long time, emotional and physical attack. And this goes for men too. And most abuses do not just start. A lot of times that comes from history of childhood abuse that you're reliving, a pattern that you just can't get out. And that's important to know because you're dealing with something much deeper. Abuse, rape, even sexual harassment, you hide. You're shameful. You don't want to tell anyone. Why? Because you feel like it's your fault. It's a fear, it's a shame, and you carry it. And then victimhood has a different purpose. When you finally admit that it's not you that's doing it, the cause of you being a girl or you wearing a skirt that's too short, but you say, I'm a victim and I'm a survivor. Now, that is taking a step forward, not a step back, because you're actually now admitting, I did have this happen, but I am standing up for it, and I am saying it is wrong. And that is empowering. Not only is that empowering, it is a sense of self-worth. Now, do you want to move on from that victimhood? Yes, in time, but sometimes in a different way than you would think. It depends on how bad the crisis was for you. But that victimhood, which the self-help, self-development world tries to get you out of, can actually be a very big healing step and a very crucial one. Okay? I think I made that very clear, the difference. Now, I also want to talk about anger, because that was another thing they talked about. Anger. Tony says, anger and then you keep that anger and you push that anger, you're going to cause someone else to be angry. Law of attraction, you're going to get what you receive. Classic, and it is classic, and it's practiced in all self-development. You what you give out, you get. Okay, here's the twist, guys. We get to a point with someone who has been through something traumatic, and it can be abuse. With this, it is abuse, or sexual harassment over and over and over. Don't we all know that? That all of a sudden, you do get angry. You do get angry. Do you want to carry that anger forever and ever? Not in the way that you are holding on to it like this torch, because it does. It just, hormones go into your body and just eat away. I mean, it eats away. Anger is very destructive to you. But here's the thing, and this is what Me Too is all about. It's about assertion. It's about standing up for yourself. It's about saying, no, not me, and not on my turf anymore. And healing. See, that anger funneled in a way that's proactive, in a way that's helping others, in the way of creating a better world, in a way of being progressive and moving forward, is actually healing. And you will find that the anger will start to dissipate, but the purpose will stand firm. It is not a destructive force anymore. And I dare say that every great movement that has moved our country and our world forward has started with that enough is enough, not on my turf, we're going to make this a better world for future people. Civil rights, women's suffrage, the things they went through. But yet they stand firm. They stand very firm. And they said no more. Now the guns, wanting more gun control, safer streets, all Black Lives Matter. Everything comes out of no more. Do I call that anger anymore? No, I call that a purpose. I have a friend who, when she was getting divorced, she couldn't deal with all the frustration she felt inside. She had to do something. So she went to Habitat for Humanity and started building homes. And one day she sat back and she said to the person who was, I guess it was the director, it was somebody who knew their salt in Habitat for Humanity. And she said, I wonder how many houses I have to build to get rid of all this hurt and pain. And he said, you have to build as many houses until the pain is gone. You just keep building and the pain will go away. That woman now has a wonderful organization called Unstoppable. It's Cynthia Kersey. She's an inspiration. She started building and building and building. Now she's building schools. She's building communities in Africa. She has taken the hurt, the pain, the anger from inside, and she has put it into something that's very proactive, very fulfilling, and helps our world in a better way. That is not the kind of anger that destroys your body. That's the kind of anger that heals. That's the kind of anger that gives fulfillment. That's the kind that makes our world even better. So I think sometimes when we are teaching in the self-development world, and this is kind of a message to everyone who is doing this work, we have to listen. We have to listen. I probably never would have done an exercise that would have been so strongly forceful with someone that I knew had been through abuse for so long. You have to know the person you're talking to, and you can't go in with preconceived ideas and your own judgment about preconceived ideas. I think, and it's very easy for us all to do. We think we have the answers, right? That's why we're doing this. We're helping people. But if you don't know who you're talking to, and not everything is cookie cutter, not everything that will work for you works for this person over here, you have to listen, you have to be open, and you have to understand the different ways of healing. which I'm sure he does, and now he's definitely going to learn even more, Tony Robbins. But for all of us, I think it's also up to us to know that somebody who might be so important might tell you you're wrong. But if you feel in your heart that you're healing the right way, you're growing the right way, and that you feel better and better every day, then you go for it. And you don't let anyone tell you you're wrong. Because it's all about you. I want to applaud Me Too. The service they're doing, what they're doing for women, phenomenal, phenomenal. It's time to change this. It's time for I want women of elementary school through high school to college, I want them all to have a better workplace, relationships, a better life. I want that for men too. And for the self-development world, well, I bet we'll listen more. All right, this is Elena Chapman. And if you want to learn more about me, you can go to elenachapmanlife.com. I'm also on YouTube, and I'm on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, everything in the world. But elenachapmanlife.com is my website, and you can read more about me. You can find my books in Barnes & Noble too. But I thank you for the time, and it's not time for a plug, really. I just want to say, these miscommunications, these misunderstandings, and coming in with preconceived notions, not a good thing in life, nor in helping other people. All right, thank you very much. Bye-bye now.